Hello once again, everyone. Your host, Starry, as always, with another bi-weekly report to recap the latest happenings in all matters Kasane Teto. We've had quite a lot of news since the year began, but as we enter into February, we appear to be slowing down. It remains to be seen what's on the horizon as we get closer to the Teto Sonic Live event, but until then, let's review the stories we have so far. As always, starting with our community features, the featured artist for last week was Ghosty, with one illustration from a set made for the song Figurine. A self-taught artist from Italy, Ghosty reports having a lifelong passion for vocal synths. Usually, I write these descriptions entirely myself, but in this case, Ghosty put it better than I could in their own words. Quote, "I love how creative one can really get when expressing feelings through them, be it artworks, music pieces, and so on. The Vocaloid community is filled with fantastic and creative people, and I'm glad I was able to meet so many of my friends all over the world thanks to it. I even get to draw artworks for songs, which I wouldn't have believed if you had told me 10 years ago. Stay strong and long live the Kasane Teto Renaissance." End quote. A message I think we can all agree with. I adore how they render and how the colors interact with the line art. It's not platitudes when I ask that you please show them your love and support. As for our featured artist heading into February, we have Sherbo, with a piece celebrating Kasane Teto's recent resurgence and a collection of her greatest hits. An artist on most platforms, Sherbo is a fan of a variety of series, such as Metal Gear Solid and Bayonetta, VTubers including Mint Phantom and Matara Khan, and vocal synth producers, notably Jamie Page and Inabaku Mori. They are also the self-proclaimed #1 fan of the Anomala Karis, so this one is dedicated to all of you Cambrian fans out there. With their earliest posted art relating to vocal synth being of Hatsune Miku in 2022, Sherbo's ever-increasing skill and passion is plain to see in their work. I encourage you to send some much-deserved love their way. To naturally pair with last week's featured artist, the featured song for last week was Fever Dream by Millicent. Millicent is an illustrator and songwriter who began posting music in 2025 and uses various vocal synths in their work, such as Kasane Teto, Hatsune Miku, Eleanor Forte, and Hibiki Koto. Fever Dream is a collaboration between Millicent, Ghosty, and Autumn Whitecat, and uses Kasane Teto's new Synth V2 voice bank. The final result is a song that sounds wholly unique. The tuning on Kasane Teto in this song is a masterful example of the range that can be achieved with these voice banks, as even years later, I'm consistently surprised and delighted by how artists like Millicent are able to make her sound. Fever Dream, as well as all of Millicent's work, sincerely deserves more attention. Their Bandcamp will be linked in the description.
I'm having trouble waking from this fever dream, and it is so much more than what it seems. If only I could be a little true to myself whenever I begin to think of you. And each and every moment feels like yesterday, the way that you were leading me astray.
We have a special inclusion for the featured song of this week, being Something to Do with Phones by ICF-SJP. This is a song I had the honor of doing the illustration for, which is not a sentence I thought I'd be speaking anytime soon. It would mean a lot if you could give it a listen. That said, ICF-SJP is a relatively small producer who began posting music earlier this year, and, in my opinion, has shown serious talent and skill with their work so far. I'm very interested in their potential and where they'll develop as an artist and producer going forward. Something to Do with Phones was my first choice to illustrate due to the song's distinct theme, prominent personality, and catchy melody. As always, please send some love to ICF-SJP. Their work seriously deserves more recognition. Moving on to our proper news stories, we start with what other than merchandise. We seem to be in no short supply as of late, and I can only imagine that will continue to be the case going forward. Available for pre-order during the summer of last year, Good Smile's Pop-Up Parade Kasane Teto figurine is now shipping, and is still available for order for those who missed the initial pre-order window. It is currently on sale for around $58 US, with global shipping options available. If you have the means and you're interested in purchasing, be sure to get your order in at the link in the description before they sell out. The second merchandise update is regarding a release from Shimamura, with a small set of pieces, including keychain plushies, handbags, and more, released on January 28th, 2026. These items were up for sale on Shimamura's online shop on that same day. However, it should be noted that while these items are available for order on the online store, that doesn't mean they'll be shipped to your location. It's likely that orders placed online will still have to be picked up from a physical store. Sorry, Western fans, but once more, you'll likely have to rely on a proxy service to obtain some of these goodies. Keep an eye on second-hand seller websites, such as Mercari if you're interested. For our last story to close out this report, we have an update regarding the much-anticipated Best Days of Kasane Teto 2026 album release, with more details from Twindrill. On January 24th, 2026, Twindrill posted a brand new teaser for the upcoming album that is planned to be released on February 11th, 2026. In this new teaser, we get a partial preview of each of the 15 songs that will be featured on the album. For many of these songs, we've known about their inclusion for the past few months, but for the first time, we now have the names and a preview of new original songs that will debut in the album. The newly revealed songs are Accompaniment Ko, Rad Days, Konke Girl, Why So Serious, and Kotodama. It remains to be seen if these songs will be receiving individual uploads outside of the album's release. Additionally, posted alongside this teaser, Twindrill included a promotional image for what the final design of the album will look like, the final track list, and a preview of the merchandise that will be included for those that ordered the first press edition. For those who didn't see our last update regarding the Best Days of Kasane Teto 2026, the album is now available for pre-order on Amazon Japan, found at the links in the description. There are two options available, a standard edition, which only includes the album on CD, and a first press edition, which includes merchandise from the Teto Sonic 2026 live show as a bonus, as seen in the promotional images above. That's all the news we have this time. 2026 is already shaping up to be another big year for the Chimera Queen, and I look forward to reporting on what awaits us. See you in the next 2 weeks.